Right, good morning everybody. This is day one of the Popham show, the Saturday, and hopefully I'll give you a little bit of a flavour of what's going on here. We're a tale from the hair, we've camped overnight and the aircraft are now starting to arrive. Hopefully you can see a lot of the aircraft stalls behind me, and I'll hopefully give you a bit of a flavour of all the aircraft that are here today. Some lovely Foxbats arriving at the minute. Had a load of auto gyros. The cloud is really low. Ben and I were going to try and go for a fly this morning, but that didn't happen. Woke up, as you'll probably see in another clip, or a clip now, that it was very, very low fog. Pantis Airfield is actually quite high. It's high in the area. So, but aircraft are starting to arrive now, and hopefully it'll be a good day. So I'll give you some more updates as we go throughout the event. So this is the beginning of the Popham show, and there is actually a sponsor for this event, and most people will know the brand name ROTAX, but in the UK they may be aware of the name CFS. I've got David here, he's the CEO of CFS in the UK.
Morning, Giles.
Good morning, good morning. And it's nice and sunny outside, but luckily we're out of the wind in here.
Yeah.
Why was it important for CFS to sponsor the Popham show?
Twofold. I mean, partly it's almost been traditional for us for the past few years. We've wanted to really get involved in the microlight community. And for us, going forward, there's just so much growth in this sector, and we're very much known as providing ROTAX engines to the UK market, and you know we handle sort of sales to aircraft manufacturers. But for us to engage with the microlight community is just increasingly important for us. Yeah,
I see you've got quite a lot of staff members here today. Is that important for you to be able to have people be able to engage with ROTAX as or CFS, sorry, within the UK?
Very much so, because I think there's always this danger when you have a company sort of marketing a product or distributing a product to kind of see the brand and not behind the brand. And for us, we got, like the market, there's enthusiasts in the market and there's enthusiasts within our company, and it's just nice to have people meet each other, to talk about technical issues, to talk about sort of progress, to talk about things that they found, any sort of problems in the past they've had with engineering questions, and just general guidance. So for us, that human face is critical for us, which is an ongoing thing for us to make sure we have that exposure.
Yeah. For those that may not be aware, I've actually lined up a visit to CFS to see behind the scenes of what's going on, so stay tuned for that video in the future. It will be coming on my channel. But David, thank you very much for your time, and I will get on and enjoy the rest of the Popham show.
Pleasure. Great to see you, Giles. Enjoy the show.
Thank you very much.
Okay, cheers. Bye-bye.
Right, so hi everyone, and welcome to the Popham vlog. It's been a bit of a mad day, and lots and lots of activity. So this is a bit of an end of day flight to chill out. I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be a new experience for me. So Ben's ahead, there's another GA in front, microlights are on the right. So let's see how it goes. I have a funny feeling it's going to be a little bit rough, but we'll go with that.
Traffic Golf Alpha Whiskey, Echo India is at a hold for 2-1, contact 155.
Okay, let's do a T-wave. Trim is fixed, wind and weather is suitable. Popham Traffic Golf Lima Romeo at 2-1 hold, lining up runway 21. Popham Traffic Golf Lima Romeo departing runway 21. Popham Traffic. Bar neutral. Going forward on the bar, we're away. And we see Ben ahead. Lots of traffic on the ground, lots of aircraft moving. Got to make sure I don't actually overfly the garage. Temps are good, RPMs are good. It's a bit smoother up here, he says. And there's Ben full mating with me. What a glorious aircraft to look at. That wing is fantastic.
Hi and welcome everyone to another part of the video. We're at Popham still, and we're with Rob Grimwood from Exeter Air Sports. And for those that are of the Flexwing flavour, as am I, this is the new DELTAJET 2, which you've renamed.
It's a DELTAJET 500,
okay,
because it's the trike has been modified slightly by us to enable us to certify it to 500 kilos.
Right.
So being the first Flexwing, certainly in the UK, that is going to be able to take some advantage of the new weight to increase to 600 kilos.
Within the UK, I'm new to the Flexwing side of microlight flying. Those that have been following the channel will know that I've got a newfound passion for this style of flying.
Yep.
There's not many two-seat new Flexwings in the UK. Do you know why that is?
So, I mean, historically, going back sort of 15 years, there were two main manufacturers, Pegasus and Mainair.
Yeah.
Pegasus in the south and Mainair in the north, and they combined to make P&M, which made the vast majority of the microlights, and they pretty well had the market sort of sewn up. And because it's very hard to introduce a factory-built aircraft because of all the certification you have to go through, it's very expensive, time-consuming. I guess no one else bothered really.
Yeah.
But when P&M went into liquidation a couple of years ago, it opened up someone had to do something in the UK to actually produce a Flexwing that you could buy as factory built, and that's where we decided to step in and try and fill that gap.
The first thing I've noticed, it's not a ROTAX on the back. Why is that? What's going on there? There's no green or red or black caps on the back.
So we actually do it in two versions at the moment. So we do the standard ROTAX. You can have an 80 horsepower or 100 horsepower.
Okay.
But on this one here, we've introduced a new engine to the UK. It's not new to triking. But yeah, so here we've got a BMW engine on. So it's the 1200 engine from the motorbike, with a conversion unit on the back to enable it to be used in aircraft. It's normally puts out 115 horsepower. Yeah. It's fuel injected as well. We're at the early stages of the trials and development with it. It's only been flying this week, but, but so far it's,
I have seen it. I think I've got some footage, and we'll try and show some flying footage of the aircraft.
But it's so far it's performing well and looking really good. But the reason mainly for doing it is to offer something new, something different.
Yeah.
Obviously, anyone that's into biking knows how good an engine it is.
Yes.
And it allows us to lower the cost of the product by about £3,500 in comparison to the ROTAX.
Wow.
So
any specific areas of this aircraft which are either different in terms of development from what I would know as like the Quantum or the Quick variety?
I mean, in comparison, if you like, to sort of Quantums and Quicks, we've obviously got a topless wing, so pretty comparable to the sort of P&M GTR wing, so it's just under 13 square metres, so nothing too different.
It's the same size as my PeaBee wing.
Yes. But the trike unit, as you can see, it's all completely fared in with fiberglass.
Right.
So you've not got a skirt anymore. It's quite a big trike, so there's plenty of room in it. It's really nice and comfortable, very strong. Everything's adjustable on it as well, so the front pedals that you put your feet on, they move forwards and backwards to allow for taller or shorter pilots, as does we have an option to fit a rear steering, which is also completely adjustable as well. So it's just a really nice trike. As you can see, the finish on it is superb. It's certified to 500 kilos, so it's got a massive payload. Yeah. You can have a payload up in the region of about 250 kilograms, depending on which engine you have. And it's just a lovely machine, and it comes at a really sensible price as well.
Brilliant. I'm sure I'll try and blag a flight with Rob at some time in the future. But Rob, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Very much appreciated.
No problem at all.
So at the moment, Ben and I are just trying to get some nice pictures in flight. However, the conditions are not smooth, but I'm having fun nonetheless. It's a good job I can fly one-handed, really, I suppose. That's a very good indicator that Ben's landing, because I can see the wheels. Popham Traffic Golf Foxtrot Whiskey Lima Romeo in the overhead, runway 21, right hand, Popham. So what I need to do now is we're not allowed to land one behind the other, which is what I would normally like to try and do, because we're such slow moving traffic, don't want to choke up the circuit. But equally so, I'm going to let Ben go on the downwind early, and then I'll fly in behind him and give him space.
So everyone, another part of the Popham show, and as I probably alluded to at the intro, this is my first exposure to the Popham Microlight show, and I've got Tim Burrow from the British Microlight Aircraft Association, which I'm now proud to say I'm a member of as well, because it's the microlighting, sort of the BMAA that brought me in and allowed me to fly my lovely PeaBee as an SSDR. So from your perspective, what's new on the horizon? What are the BMAA doing for all its members and the flying community here?
We have a lot going on at the minute. It is really exciting times, I think, for microlighting in general. With 600 kilogram, as everybody knows, is the buzzword at the minute. That's coming in. It's with the CA at the minute, trying to get final definitions defined, and then that'll be away. That opens up a whole new area to the market for us. And equally, at the bottom end, we've got the Sub70, which have got manufacturers out there now. That's really doing a fantastic job of feeding the grassroots of microlighting. So that's coming into us. They're doing really well at the minute.
That's actually how I got in. It was the Sub70 that allowed me to then move on to SSDR.
Well, it is. It's a great way. It's a great entry level. Anyone can come along, and let's say that simplicity, the cost side of it, it's just an easy flying around. And then most people find they want to develop and move on. And we've even had it the opposite way. You can get it feeding down from the top, that people, as their flying changes, drop from heavier weights and come down to lighter. It depends what you want from your flying, what kind of aircraft you want to fly, and where you want to go, what you want to do. But there's something there for everybody.
Yeah. And from our conversations outside of this interview, you were saying that actually the microlighting terminology just covers such a breadth of different flying activities, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It is a really broad church now. If you think of it as a family, they've been calls to try and split them up and get some kind of division between all the different ones, but I think the beauty of it is the fact that we are the same. We don't need to be aligned to any particular control type or weight that we're flying. The BMAA covers all ranges from sub-70 right up to potentially 600 kilograms when it finally comes through. That again, with as you've got sub-70s have popped up out of that legislation that came out, we've equally got a new Flexwing coming to market, which Flexwing's been languishing for a couple of years. It's I think been lacking confidence in the market. We're just hoping that Exodus and what they're bringing out now in their new Flexwing on the 500 kilogram they're going, utilising some of the weight capacity, is a fantastic machine. So when that comes out, hopefully that's going to give a really new surge of life to Flexwing flying again, which again broadens the appeal of the BMAA.
Brilliant. Tim, thank you for your time, and it's been a great first exposure for me to Popham. It's good to see you guys.
Welcome. Thanks very much.
Time.
Cheers.
Popham traffic from Golf Foxtrot Whiskey Lima Romeo, downwind runway 21, right hand, Popham. Downwind check, so fuel, we have sufficient for a go around required, awareness, there's a guy backtracking, Ben is somewhere, I see Ben is nearly on final for touchdown now. Wind is from the left to the right, slightly blustery as well, nose wearing is straight, hand throttle is closed, trim is fixed, and I am still secure. I need to try and get down, I think, as well. Well, it's been a fun flight so far. Even if it's a short one. Ben's off the runway, that means he's clear. No one on final. Start on a bridged final turn, just because I need to try and get in. Popham traffic, Golf Lima Romeo, final runway 21, Popham. Well, this is going to be fun. Let's get a bit of centre line going, Giles. And I think I need a bit of speed because it's feeling a bit blustery, even though the windsock's not showing much. Crikey, come on. Okay, looking long. That was bad, Giles. Bloody ballooned. Horrendous. Popham tracking from Golf Lima Romeo, runway vacated. Popham. Temps are good, idle's good. Fuel. And then the time. Ignition off.
So hi everyone, again Popham, and we're at the Flylight stand at the moment. It wouldn't be a Popham show without Flylight, and for those that don't know who this is, it does actually say on his t-shirt, just so he doesn't forget. This is Paul Dewhurst.
My t-shirt.
So why is Popham special for you?
It's the only dedicated microlight show of the season.
Yeah.
So it's very traditional. It's been here since 1982, I think, in various guises.
I was 4.
Sorry?
I was
you were
4.
Really? First of all, it started off in the snows in February, and they've slowly moved it back in the year to chase the weather. And it's the place traditionally where everybody comes to have a look at what's going on in microlighting, and for the manufacturers to display their wares, really.
What's significant about this year's from a Flylight's perspective?
What's significant about this year? Well, we kind of represent two ends of what's currently happening in the sport. At one end, we've got the light stuff, and we've got big growth with the sub-70 area. So which
I'm very familiar with.
Yeah, which you're very familiar with. So we've got the ADAM and the PeaBee to show, and that's a growth area. And then at the kind of other end of the microlight weight spectrum, we've got a change in the law coming up, which is where we're going to increase the maximum takeoff weight from 450 kilos to 600 kilos.
It's a significant change then.
It's a significant change, and for a long time we've had excellently capable aeroplanes in the microlight category with ROTAX 912 engines, closed cockpits that go really well, but the big problem is the legislation forces 450 kilos, and with that kind of combination of aeroplane, it means you've got very little payload. So if you're two reasonable sized people, you can't really have much fuel and go far. Yeah. And yet the aeroplanes are really capable and will do stuff. So we've been on quite a campaign over a number of years just to kind of push out what we can do with these aeroplanes so we can use what they're capable of doing. And it's taken a big, not battle, but long time with the CAA and Europe and everything to actually make this happen. And we're expecting the Parliament to sign off and actually put in the air navigation order the rule change next week on the 19th. So the big thing at Popham this year is 600 kilos is coming, and so everybody's excited about whether they can upgrade their aeroplane, what they can buy new, and the possibility of
the 101 questions that goes with
exactly.
that.
And they can use the aeroplane and go touring completely legally with lots of fuel and stuff, and it's really gonna kind of help with what that sector of the sport can offer.
If people are looking not specifically for Flylight but the 600 kilogram questions, where would you advise them to go? Because I'm sure you're getting 101 questions
We're getting
daily.
a load of questions that are specific to our products, but in terms of what 600 kilo means, what's going to happen, what's happening with licensing and everything, the BMAA are the place to go for that, and they've got they're here today with lots of leaflets specifically aimed at that. They had a seminar aimed at that, and on the BMAA website there's a whole section dedicated to 600 kilos and what it means and what the possibilities are.
I see you've got one nicely branded with a good 600 kilos behind you.
Yeah, this is the development of our Sky Ranger Ninja, which we've recently done a whole load of retesting for so that we can certify it in the new 600 kilo category. So it's got a few changes, a few little beef ups here and there, and this is the first example. It's our flying prototype, which we've just got permission from the CAA to actually test fly up to 600 kilos in advance of the rule change, even though it's only going to be a week away, so that we can be ready with it and go straight in the queue to get type approval so that we can offer it out to customers hopefully as quickly as the legislative mechanism will allow.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, thank you for that, Paul.
You're welcome.
A lot's happening at Flylight, I can imagine.
Yep.
And I'll leave you to the rest of the day in the sunshine.
Lovely.
Cheers. Thank you.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
fair enough. Fair enough.
Now I just sit in a shed and build aeroplanes.
That's on camera.
That's accurate measurement. That's my CV, basically.
Right, so hello everyone again, and another part of Popham is more Sub-70 and SSDR aircraft, and we're here with Dave Broom, who is the World Air Games champion.
Correct, yeah.
He's also got a world soaring
Record.
a world record for soaring, which was done on the Snake, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
It was done on the Snake. An all-round good chap that apparently he just said he builds aircraft in a shed. Is that a good description?
That's true, yeah. It got me in one.
Fair enough, fair enough. So what does Airplay bring to the lighter end of the market? Clearly we've been seeing this lovely this Mini Fox stood behind you with a very unique G-Reg, which you may be able to make out in the background.
We managed to sneak that past the CAA registration. They had a sharp intake of breath when I said it.
Yeah.
They let it go.
Sue Wood, have a look now. What does Airplay bring to the aviation market?
I have been an instructor for a long time, and I'm very much keen on trying to make sure that flying's as affordable as it possibly can be.
Yeah.
So certainly with the Mini Fox, that's comfortably the cheapest fixed wing available in the UK market at the moment. Should be for some time.
Yeah.
Can be had as a kit that you can build in your own shed in 100 hours, or we do factory build it, test fly it, deliver it the lot, and that's very affordable if you want to go to the fixed wing route. Also, we sell the Snakes, which are obviously very popular in the sub-70 market, as you know.
Yeah.
And their sort of claim to fame, just to differentiate them from the competition, is that particularly on a portability side, then the trike folds up very quickly into a very small space, so you don't have the added
I nearly
cost
tripped
of
over it yesterday. You'd fold it down that small.
Yeah, yeah, it's easy to lose in a pocket somewhere,
It is,
isn't it? But yeah, so that's kind of where they're at. We've also got exclusive dealership for the Griff wings, which they're all specifically designed for this end of aviation, the nice lightweight sub-70 type stuff.
Yeah.
And they are very, very much into their handling, the Italians.
Yeah.
So the Mini Fox and all the Griff wings are wonderfully light to fly.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully, well, maybe not today, it's a bit windy, but we'll get you up on one soon.
He has asked me, but unfortunately you live in the wrong end of the country.
I do.
You live in technically another country.
I technically live in the right end of the country, and everyone else has got it wrong. But you know,
it's Skye, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dave's in Skye, and it's a lot harder for me to get up there. But anyway, Dave, thank you for your time, and they are fantastic machines, aren't they?
Good. Yeah.
So we are the last day of the Popham show. Still lots of aircraft coming in. It's a little bit windier and gustier than yesterday, so I definitely won't be flying. But I cannot believe how many people have come up and said hello. It's been great, the number of people that do follow my channel, and thank you for that. But it's just amazed me at my first exposure to the Popham show, how many people are involved with it, how many sort of trade stands there are, and actually just what is available to the microlighting community. And as Tim was saying earlier from the BMAA side of it, the light end through to the heavy end, and as Paul Dewhurst was saying, the new 600kg is going to be on everyone's lips about where that's going. But it's microlighting covers a very big breadth of different types of flyers, and it's been great to see them here this weekend. And I say hopefully there'll be a few more spin-offs from this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for sticking with me throughout this video, and until next time everybody, fly safe.